Well, I don't know. I've never had this much trouble uploading any of this stuff before. This is doesn't like anything anymore. I don't know why I got. That's aggravating. Oh my goodness. Right. Well, I thought the file would upload. It didn't. Raining all day, no bike ride, but yeah, I slept in instead. uh, Metaverse, NFTs. Yeah, I'm coming back to this topic because the idea of using a platform called Unity came up. And that is, I think, something we should all be looking into, especially if you are one of these creative filmmaking types as well. If I had the money, what would I do with all my time? Right. And finally, I think we're going to try to make a go of checking those HSK5 results today. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So, folks, it is Thursday, August 18th, 2022. I'm Steven Sersky. Hope you guys are doing well. This here is my audio digest. So I published this Monday to Friday. And I yak about some of the things that are going on here in Beijing, China, and some of the things I'm involved in as well. For the last couple of weeks, I've actually been going on about these NFTs and the metaverse because I've heard a few people talking about it as well. And it's something that I'm looking forward to as well. Researching how I can get involved, especially as a creator. It's one of these things where I kind of wonder, well, what am I sort of missing, or what do I stand to gain from it? How can I contribute or benefit from this sort of thing? So that's why I'm looking at it. I'm checking out my login intro there. All right, so we'll get that all queued up. It's going to the HSK5 website, and we will leave that for a grand reveal. I don't know. It's probably not even up yet. It's been a month since I took the test, and not entirely sure if the results are in just yet. Let's make sure I can actually get into the test. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's queued up. I'll get to that in a little bit. Some tension, suspense. So yeah, I was trying to upload my episode number 31 of my podcast, and as I was leaving yesterday's episode of this digest, I was uploading it, and then I kept on getting errors. And so I tried again this morning. As I mentioned, sometimes the internet's a little bit better. But again, nothing. It was Twilight. It was broken. So kept on giving me more errors. So I went and re-encoded the thing and did a few more exports and stuff. WordPress isn't taking it. I run my site on WordPress, not taking it. WeChat's not taking it either. My website, the WordPress site, and it didn't take it. It wouldn't let me do that. It wouldn't let me actually play the file. So it has the file, and I can create a link to it, but I can't have it play back on my website, which most people, I guess, who go to my website don't stream it. They download it anyway. Yeah, okay. If there's your argument for why don't you just put it on Spotify already? There you go. So maybe that's something I'll do this weekend is look into setting up my own dedicated channel for the podcast. I've done it for the on YouTube. I just haven't posted anything yet. I actually want to offer not just the videos, the video clips and stuff like that, but I also want to offer audio only through YouTube as well. So that's but I mean, it's going to take time. So yeah, it's something I probably should have been doing all along, but one man show, one man circus, right? It's so I got to do what I can in the allotted time. It was raining all day. I woke up, got up to the alarm, and I heard it, and it wasn't just like a rain. It was like pouring down. I'm like, that doesn't sound like it's safe to cycle outside. No matter how much I wanted David Goggins that, at the same time, like, also feeling a little bit stiff. Maybe I'll just lie in a little bit. So I did. I finally got out of bed around 7 o'clock, did some mobility, and I was thinking, I could actually go for a bike ride around, because even if it's raining, like, I don't want to deal with the traffic, right? But I could just cycle around the compound a bunch of times, or around the block. I mean, it's not a huge deal as long as I'm just kind of going the same direction, and I'm not going across any lanes that shouldn't be gone across, sort of thing. shouldn't be that difficult. I could still get my 20 minutes in. It won't be as much as going for a run or going for an hour-long bike ride, but given that today Thursday is more of a what would you call it? It's a rest day, so it's not something I need to deal with. I don't need to do a lot of strenuous exercise on today. So the idea was to just chill out and make sure it could, recuperate. So, and they ended up doing mobility instead, and didn't bother doing anything else. So, oh well. Did work all day, and was able to. I was doing some brainstorming for the this language channel. Some of the videos I can pop up, and got thinking about this whole Delta course that I'm doing as well. Thinking, because one of the portions actually of the Delta exam, especially in Module 1, is you got to know a lot of definitions and things. And so with that, what I'm going to do is, I think part of the review that I'm going to do is probably talk a little bit about those definitions through the language channel. And I guess what I'll have to do is create a separate playlist for the Delta specific terminology, Delta specific material content. That would just be a lot easier rather than having it spread all over the place. Other than that, I haven't been doing much Chinese. I did some vocab review last night before I passed out. I just exhausted after dealing with this podcast, waiting and exporting, re-exporting, and stuff like that. And anyway. So thinking August, September, apparently September is going to be busy as well for work. So whether or not I'm able to do my 2 to 3 hours of point upgrading for HSK5, good question. But I think I could still spend the weekends working on the language, get through the textbooks, and then order HSK6 textbooks, start flipping through those, if only just to give me a goal sort of thing. And then from there, take the test. I'm still looking. October probably won't happen at this point. November will be more likely the next time I take the test, which reminds me, there was a guy who, one of my colleagues was taking the test. And I'll have to ask him how it went. That was last week. Oh, shoot. Right. Yes. I will have to revisit that and see, get his sort of review of what because he did HSK4 this weekend or last weekend. Did you load? No, not yet. Okay. He did HSK4 last weekend, and he has the plan of doing HSK5 later on in the year. So who knows if our schedules are going to match up, sort of thing. But yeah, we'll see. Metaverse and the NFT classroom, Unity game development. So yeah, again, this has popped up. And one of the reasons I was thinking about this idea of NFTs, the metaverse, and if you've never heard of the programming program, game design program called Unity, it's similar to Unreal 3D, Unreal 3D, Real 3, whatever it is. Real 3D is another game engine. So there's two big ones. There's Real 3D, Unreal. I have to look that up. Unreal Engine, right? Unreal Engine 5. So that's the Unreal Engine 5 games. Unreal Engine 5. So that's Unreal Engine 5 and then Unity. These are two of the big open source, open platform, free to download up to and free to use up to a certain number of sales, I think it is, or downloads of your program or game that you create with them. But unlike app development, so they can be used for app development, but they aren't made just for app development. They're actually made for game design. So like creating 3D games that you would actually deploy onto as an app or on the web or onto like even the Xbox. Like there are games that have been made with these game engines. I was looking at it there, and for Unity, you have to use C#. And I did try to do last year. I sort of kind of pick at it every now and then. To be honest, I don't think I should. I think I should efforts somewhere else. If anything, if I can't find my need, then either keep on doing it myself or it's that I need. But this Unity stuff, you'd think that real world, or not real world, like 3D models and stuff like that, all these game assets, a lot of them are pre-made already, especially since a lot of them, people who use Unity have often also used Blender. And Blender is, I've heard talking curve type of program, but you can use it for modeling, you can use it for animation, but the program's so slow that the rendering out is so slow that it's almost not even worth it. Whereas Unity and Unreal Engine are more for that sort of that sort of that sort of game development as it is. Yes, I'm seeing another error on my website. We'll see if it goes through WeChat, and if it does, then at least it's not. I don't think it's the file, but this is terrible. I am getting frustrated. Why won't you upload? Damn it! Boy, is that ever aggravating. Really, really, really aggravating. Until maybe my website's full. I don't think I've checked that yet. I think I still have data. Still have room on there. I guess we'll have to check on that. But back to the discussion about Unity. How does this tie in with Metaverse and the NFTs? So NFTs have gone on about a little bit before in that they are digital assets. So much like if you purchased a game asset, if you're playing NHL 2022, NHL 2023, you buy or something like that. So you upgrade, you pay for a certain player or something like that. You recruit players, or Counter-Strike or something like that, and you buy a certain type of weapon. An NFT will allow you to take that asset and resell it to someone else within that game world. Will it be intra-game world or inter-game world? Good question. And then also carried on to the next iteration of that game throughout the lifetime of that cycle, of that series, right? So that's with NFTs. Now, the metaverse is the idea that everything exists sort of in a digital realm, up in the cloud. It's decentralized. It's not on any one computer. Like right now, all your cloud stuff, well, if you upload something to, like even Google Drive, although it is cloud storage, it runs through Google's servers and all their server space. So in theory, they can track what you're doing and they can pull your data, shut it down or whatever. But the metaverse is actually impervious to that because it doesn't exist in any one place, or at least it's very difficult to locate the server that's running that metaverse. So that's the idea. Again, this decentralized, along with NFT using the blockchain technology, makes sure that the asset can be tracked to the rightful owner, royalties paid to the creator, within the metaverse that is decentralized and always going. I don't know how the electricity is still on, but it still is. And you can build this stuff using Unity. And so bringing this together into like real world, like I talked to a lot of ESL teachers, basically it would be like training, if not an AI representative of yourself. And I even think in terms of, as a language learner myself, like if I have questions about Chinese grammar, how do I use this? How do I use that? And instead of asking a human to, or Google right now, like doing a bunch of Google searches and stuff like that, trying to find the answer that I'm looking for, rather a teacher would program an NFT asset, a Chinese teacher or an English teacher, that is pre-programmed with all of these sort of searches and search criteria. It can listen and search using the cloud, using big data. And within the metaverse, the office hours are always there, right? So you have your student, or you're the teacher, and you go ask these questions. Your character goes, asks the question, creates I guess you can call it the show notes for it. And then you're able to download those on your device anywhere, and you can review what your character has gone and learned. Now, you still need to learn the language. As a human, you can't just download this stuff into your brain yet. Maybe in the future, not just yet. But the idea that your character can go learn, and if not sort of if it can't move or it can't learn on its own, then it can learn on its own. If it can't find the exact answer, at least they'll give you the notes for what you actually need. All right, let's see about this. Okay, we gotta do one last thing here, and boom. All right, so that didn't work. We'll see if this one is going to work. Please work. Still sending. Anyway, yeah, I'm getting distracted here, but yeah. Hopefully the NFTs and metaverse aren't like this MP3 file that refuses to get uploaded. Oh my goodness. It's just kind of, a little bit of a myth off, if you will. But so I hope that makes sense. The idea, metaverse, NFT, Unity game development, 3D character design, using the blockchain to track the rightful ownership of these things. So it goes back, royalties go back to the creator. You as the owner, the new owner of that creative asset can vouch for its authenticity, and that like when you're entering the metaverse that's decentralized up in the cloud, up in the wherever it is, that you're able to generate some sort of content from that. You pull your show notes. All right, good. WeChat took it. Thank you, WeChat. Now, WordPress, what are you doing wrong? Anyway, all right. Well, if you, so that's the idea with metaverse, NFT, and Unity game development. Okay, I see now that I've got episode number 31. At least it's into the WeChat gauntlet. So now I'm being tracked in all wonderful ways there. If you want the episode, let me know. I will forward it to you as long as you're on WeChat. Other than that, I can send you the Google Drive file. Sorry, what do you call it? Link. You can download it there, because right now my website does not want to host it for some reason, which means I will have to check. You know what? I'm even going to put it on Anchor.fm tonight, so that way it's up and at least it's out there. So podcast. I know that was a very abrupt transition from my full metaverse, NFT, and Unity game development spiel, but I'm watching these uploads go, and I want this done already because I'm looking to plan the next episode already. So yeah, episode number 31 up and ready. You can go to the anchor.fm/Steven Sersky. You'll find there ready to listen, ready to stream. I'm not sure if you can download that one, but you can definitely stream it. All right. Okay, so there you go. Metaverse, Unity, and NFTs going forward. What do you think as an ESL teacher? Would you rather be teaching face-to-face, or would you rather be teaching in a digital domain? That is scalable, always open, and you can profit from anytime, anywhere in the currency of your choice. I mean, they might be paying Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever, but it can get not translated. What's the other word? Converted into any currency of your choice, anywhere around the world, right? I mean, wouldn't that, and even if you had to get taxed on it, and wouldn't it be almost like practically automatic at that point? Kind of neat. All right, the big reveal. Let's go to ChineseTest.cn and see if we can check my scores. Oh my goodness, a little bit nervous here. So I would do it live, but I've got other stuff open that I really don't need to be showing too much score information. Shit, I see two analyses, so it's there. It is there. The score is there. I'm not sure if I want to look. Okay. Which one would HSK 4, HSK 5? Yeah, that's the bottom one, the analysis. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, here it is, folks. Did I pass or fail the HSK 5 test last month? Oof. Ouch. Well, I think you can tell what happened. All right. So, yeah, that is horrible. 138 is what I got. So what is the complete calculation? I can't do that in my head. 138 divided by 300, 46%. Oh, snap. That is basically what I was getting on all my practice tests. So that's right in line with how I was basically faring prior to actually taking the test. So Ting Li, I got 53%, so that's brutal. Wen Du, Yudu, Yuedu, there you go. Oh, wow, Yuedu. Reading, 47. And then Xiezuo was, so that's the writing section, is 38. And then Xiezuo was, so that's the writing section, is 38. Wow. So to contrast that with HSK4, HSK4 listening, I got 71. HSK4 reading, I got 76. And writing, I got 54. So looking at this, I took the test back in July. I was talking about doing 2 to 3 hours a day to up my score by 1 point every day up until the day I take the test again. So I have not been doing that. I have not been doing 3 hours of testing at all, 3 hours of work. I've been very haphazardly and every now and then kind of doing vocab review, which I did mention before was a big part of my discomfort that I heading into the test. So I knew my weakness, and now my weakness is confirmed. But at 46%, I mean, again, I was saying all those practice tests, they were all hitting 46%. So wow, I didn't know it was going to be that dead on in terms of. You really should have known. Now, had I pushed off the test, I don't think it would have made a difference because I was getting tired. It was like study fatigue back then, basically. And that being the case, it's like even now going through the vocab, I'm not doing the texts because I'm busy with work and I'm getting these podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm sort of distracting myself a lot from my Chinese. So going forward, if it's going to be 3 hours or 1 point per 2 to 3 hours that I spend, I haven't been doing it every day. You can count the sort of the what would you call it, the number of days until the potential next test, which is mid-November. So we got about September, October, November, 3 months. Now I'm not going to try to pretend that I'm going to do 3 hours of Chinese. It's not going to happen. Not if I'm working from 8:30 till 4:30 most days, like Monday to Friday. Very difficult to get it done. So if that's going to be the case, then I do need to look at maybe working on Saturday, Sunday, and putting in the effort, especially leading so October then and leading into November. If those are quieter months, whether I'll be able to actually, make up that amount. So 7 is the difference here, 201 and 138. So it's a difference of about 65, 64, 63 total, but 70, let's say 70. So with that, I would need 70 days of 1 hour, 35 days of 2 hours, or 20 days of 3 hours a day, or 70 hours, 3 days straight of studying, and I'll just learn the language all of a sudden? No, it's not going to work that way at all. But what I'll try to do, I guess what I'm going to do is look at, I suspect that if I keep on reviewing my vocab and doing a lot more just vocab review, some grammar review as well, that all of those marks are going to go up, because that was a big problem, is that I'd only finished half of the textbooks going in to the test, and I knew my vocab was weak. I was having trouble reading. It was taking me forever to do the course, the practice tests. I was getting frustrated. So there you go. All right. So HSK 5 grade reveal. It's a Shabaila. It's a Faila. It's a 46%. So that means you're doing that again there, buddy, in another couple of months. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed that live episode. Fantastic. But yes, also, Steven Sersky number 31 is now up and live. I'll have it on anchor.fm, my website, since it's not seeming to upload the MP3 file. If you want it on WeChat, send me a message and I will send it over to you. Okay, show notes, tracks, vids, and a lot more up on my website, stevensersky.com. Folks, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. We will talk again. Hope your studies are going a lot better than mine. Have a good one. Bye-bye.